Hello, everyone, and welcome to 100 Yards of Football Sports Talk Radio. I'm your host and producer this afternoon, Logan Landers, and join me to talk about the 2024 NFL Draft prospect coming out of Missouri, running back Cody Schrader. As always, Mr. Football, Vincent Turner. How you doing this afternoon, Vincent?
Hey, I'm doing fantastic, Mr. Logan Landers. It's the 2024 NFL Draft in Detroit, the Motor City this year.
Yes, sir. Looking forward to it. And guys, if you enjoy the video, give us a like, follow, share, and subscribe. We go live each and every single week here on the channel. Facebook and YouTube, our main two platforms. But you can also check us out on the Believe Podcast Network, where we have audio versions of all of our shows. Guys, let's get right into it, talking about Cody Schrader, the 5'9", 214-pound running back coming out of Missouri. And when you look at this guy, Vincent, look at the screen. That is a hoss up there. He's got those big arms. He's got that great upper body. You see the C on there for the captain. And he put some work in for Missouri in his 2 seasons. In 2022, 170 carries, 745, a 4.4 average, 9 touchdowns. Not too shabby at all to get things started out there in Missouri. But this past year is where he really came to shine. He had 276 carries, 1,627 yards, a 5.9 average, and also had 14 touchdowns on the ground. He'd also get done in the receiving game if need be. He caught 19 passes in 2022 and 22 passes this past season. So he is just an absolute stud, I think. When you look at this guy, he's got some great agility. He's got some amazing footwork. He can really get it going out there. That speed is top tier. I think that Cody Schrader is an amazing talent. I think Missouri is definitely going to miss him this upcoming season. But this is a guy who, if you want a hard worker, someone who's going to grind, get those extra yardage like you like to see, that fighter, I think that this guy is definitely one of them. Look at the game film. He can get it done against some of the best teams out there in college football. He's got good footwork. Like I say, everyone's going to look at him and say, oh, he's 5'9", he's undersized, he's got those short arms. But Vincent, what I see is a guy who is a dog. He goes out there each and every Saturday. He's got that sneaky speed. He's not afraid to run some guys over, get a little bit, get shifty with his feet, juke some guys out. That low center of gravity you're going to have, can catch it in the flats and get going. I think that Cody Schrader is a guy who, if you're not looking at him on your draft boards, now is the time to take a look, because this is a guy who might not get a whole lot of love. But that's what we're here to do, Vincent. We're here to shine some light on these guys and see that Cody Schrader is a great running back, and Missouri will definitely miss him this upcoming season. And whoever picks him up in the NFL draft will maybe get a hidden gem. Your thoughts on this young man coming out of Missouri?
I'm going to say this about a football player. And, man, I've been following this game, college football, for a long time, brother. I'm talking about watching players play since 1966 at Notre Dame, Michigan State, Bubba Smith, Alan Page, Rocky Blyer, O.J. Simpson with the Trojans in 67, Herschel Walker, his great run with Georgia in the 80s. But I've never seen a football player come out of nowhere, especially a walk-on, and a Division II player at Truman State. And a gentleman at Missouri, when you look at running backs, I'm not going to try to go there today, but Mr. Schrader doesn't fit when we think of the bill. You know where I'm going with that.
Yes, sir.
But, man, I really didn't take notice of him till back in November when he put like 200-some yards on the University of Tennessee. And then, you know what? That's when I started to really say, this guy right here is special. A walk-on now.
Yep.
And what I liked about him, I liked the toughness and the work ethic. And he runs with a purpose. And then think about it. He was a first-team All-American. First-team All-SEC, the toughest conference in all of football. I don't want to hear about the Pac-12 this season. And then look what he did this season in Missouri. They went on, won the Cotton Bowl, beat Ohio State. Over 1,627 yards this year. Offensive player of the year in the SEC, 14 touchdowns. But this is the stat that really blows me away with Mr. Cody Schrader. 851 yards after contact and 51 forced missed tackles. Let me run that back to you again. 851 yards after contact and 51 forced missed tackles. The gentleman has probably been one of the best football players that's ever came through college football at the position, and we ain't even really noticing it. And then when you're talking about the work ethic, the toughness, walking on in the SEC school at Missouri, he puts me in the mind of Merle Hards that played with the Steelers, went to Idaho State. Donnell Autry, they went to Northwestern. The great Archie Griffin of Ohio State. Herschel Walker at Georgia. Mike Rozier at Nebraska. Roosevelt Leaks at Texas. Don McCauley at North Carolina. Mr. Eric B., you know what I'm talking about, Colorado offensive coordinator right now with the Washington Commandos. Troy Davis at Iowa State. The great man from Tyler, Texas, Earl Campbell. Ron Dane out of Wisconsin. And Johnny Musso out of the University of Alabama, 1971. The reason I make all the comparisons, Mr. Landers, toughness, work ethic off the charts, and runs with a purpose. I love the young man, Cody Schrader, running back out of Missouri.
Yes, sir. I mean, it also, like you mentioned, the fact that he was a walk-on, came out of Truman, a school that not a lot of people have heard of, and the fact that he has ascended to becoming a top-tier running back at an SEC school, at a good school like Missouri, and is now about to realize his dream of going to the NFL. As you mentioned, his toughness, both physical and mental toughness, is off the charts, man. You can make a movie out of this guy with how he's done. But I'm hoping for the best for Cody Schrader. A tremendous story, a great athlete, and I can't wait to see where he goes in the draft. Your final thoughts on the young man, Mr. Turner?
When I think about Cody Schrader, I think about a situation. The guy came out of nowhere, walk on, and the thing comes to me, David Lee Roth and Van Halen. That's all I got to say about him. Outstanding football player, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, guys, we want to know your thoughts on Cody Schrader. Where do you think he's going to go? What team will pick him up? What round will he go in the draft? We want to hear it in the comments. As always, check us out Facebook and YouTube each and every single week for some amazing top-tier sports content. We're doing a lot of draft videos right now, as it is right around the corner. As always, Mr. Football, Vincent Turner, absolute pleasure talking sports with you, my friend. I've been your host, Logan Landers. Guys, enjoy your weekend.